Kimi Awujo replaces suspended Ligiotti Olma in midfield, and Brilliant Rolfo drops to the bench for Jade Riviere, back fully fit. Jet Park starts against her former side. The game comes too soon though for key players such as Sandberg, Jan Toon, Elizabeth Southern, name a few out injured. So the bench a little light includes 3 teenagers with fewer than 4 WSL appearances between them this season. 3 changes for City, with the 3 Japanese players who won the Asian Cup last weekend, all returning, come straight back into the starting 11. So Yamashita replaces Chiara Keating in goal, Yui Hasegawa in for Laura Blinkiller-Brown, and Ova Fujino is preferred to Carolyn. Lots of experience on the bench for City, although Sydney Lohman, who was originally listed as a substitute, picked up an injury, she is replaced on the bench. Today, former Arsenal goalkeeper Emma Byrne, your players to watch, Emma.
Iron Blow, and it's going to be this player here, Jess Park. What a brilliant signing she's been for United. She's already got 6 goals, still only 24. Huge player. She is absolutely top class at keeping the ball. Her ball retention is very good. She's great in 1v1, and she's played every game very consistently. And then, from the opposition, it's going to be Yui Hasegawa, and what a brilliant player she is. Really enjoyed watching her play in that midfield. Anchor, excellent at winning the ball back, great in her duels. 29 now, she's consistently available, she's consistent on the pitch. Doesn't score 2 goals this season, but she's been absolutely fantastic for City also.
The woman in the middle this afternoon is Kirsty Dow. Derby with Mike Flair, the 2 top goal scorers in the division then, going head to head. Mark Skinner spoke about the rhythm that his side has got ahead of this, all the games that they've got, but all the games, physicality wise, he might have the edge in terms of rest. So we're underway then. Manchester City sit comfortably top of the table after 6th, second place finished in the past 9 seasons. They won't be taking anything for granted just yet. It's not one until they have their name etched on the BWSL trophy, and here they come immediately with Kirsten Kasperai. Not cleared in the box, and the shot well saved by Tunner's choice behind for a corner.
Well, there we go, it started already, and it's gone down the United's left-hand side. Lundqvist playing makeshift left-back. Great ball into Kasperai, who does this so well. Probably the best in the league. Getting right to the byline, cut back. Actually a shot. Alex Greenwood.
Comes the corner, Bunny Shaw was lurking. Just get it clear, and it strikes the arm of Coffey. Will be a United free kick. Much fast start from Manchester City.
Yeah, and definitely expectation of things to come. The full-back area for United is very problematic at the moment.
But routine enough one you'd have made in your day, Emma.
Low, and you knew I was going to say that as well.
Here is Hasegawa. Today's the forward. Bunny Shaw, just alongside her.
cross it. They will, but it's again, it's down. City's right-hand side. They're definitely targeting that area. They'll make really good runs as well. Yeah, and it is going to be Bunny Shaw closest to that, just to run into those spaces.
On Bunny Shaw, when he was asked about it in his pre-match press interview, Mark Skinner said, you've got to mark her first in the box. Other teams giving her space. A little harder. That is
yeah, but it's true. The games that we looked at and spoken about how
is the first choice right back. A couple of little injuries recently that have kept her out. By hand, helped on by Shaw, Miedemar out over Fagino, space for the shot, and the low drive is just wide.
Just didn't catch it right, did she? Fagino. She got caught. Her feet a little bit.
One WSL goal last campaign for over Fagino. She's already on 5 though under new manager Andre Yegler. Manchester United weathered the opening storm abroad. Rose, Canadian international, first choice centre back alongside Rebecca Knapp now this season.
I think they've settled in well together. Not intentional. Or was it?
For Manchester United, the ball in the City penalty area taken by the captain of City. Got a goal midweek here at Old Trafford against Bayern Munich in the Champions League game from the penalty spot. Done. Away with it. One back by Simi Awuja, but Marie Kirsty Dow brings it back for an earlier foul.
What Lauren Hemp is so good at, isn't she? The ball so quick, so difficult to do anything but foul her to stop her.
This fixture last season, Manchester United came 2 goals down to draw. Get the point they needed to secure European football. Expensive. City as Shaw gets it under control. Ball across, a teasing delivery.
Great ball as well. But again, if she's in the middle there, she's scoring that, isn't she? But just shows what else Bunny Shaw can do. Power. Pace just to breeze past defenders.
Done with well by the United captain.
Certainly going to be tested here today, aren't they? The United back line. This player here, I just think, how do you even deal with this in training? You're never going to have a player like Bunny Shaw to try and repeat sizes with.
It does feel, Emma, doesn't it? If they win here, that is the last hurdle. And they probably will be the WSL champions at the end of the season.
Yeah, realistically. Yeah. So many things have happened in this. WSL previously, that was
physicality from Gower, but understepped the mark a little bit. Foul for United.
a good battle there. Was a foul in the again. Just looking up Gower's stats for the game, and her dual wins have actually dropped a little bit. Only a little bit.
There's a chance then for City to consider Yamashita. 50 goal. She was aiming for us again. Bunny Shaw makes first contact.
Now, I can't imagine it was. The City line is very, very deep there. I expect the City to be just putting it in that box when they're so deep.
Mallard. Get away from Kasparai. Maybe finds Box.
Atención, sisplau. El Real Madrid, Marcelo, amb la número 12.
Bayern Munich. I thought the press was basically all over the place. So I'm sure they've had a look at it. Trying to close those gaps between the units. Not allowing the big switch out.
Struggled, didn't they, with Vanilla Harder. Former Chelsea player, of course, playing for Bayern Munich. form in the PWSL, 9 unbeaten. Actually only won 1 in the last 5 in all competitions. The League Cup final, of course, Chelsea knocked out of the FA Cup by Chelsea midweek by Munich. Ball there through to Coffey. And out to Hem. Deep control. Bringing her step, she tries to evade Park. Like Fagino. Miyazawa finishes the clearance.
He's just enjoying the football now. They're generally trying to get down the wide areas, as United have overloaded the midfield there, and they're really trying to make them play wide. City are still good at that, but in that case it was Sam Coffey just stepping in, just stepping through the lines of midfield, creating that bit of space. That's what good teams do. Even when you're set up to try and make them play one way, they'll do that, but then they'll also hurt you through the middle.
Big pitch, Old Trafford. Different environment, different space to the pitch at Leeds Sports Village, where Manchester United would usually play. Make a difference. Probably a pitch that benefits teams that like to play aggressive passing football. Absolutely.
No one going to give away trade secrets here, but when we as a nation play against top teams, generally the pitch size we're looking at. It's so difficult to cover those spaces when a team moves the ball really quickly, like City do. The smaller the pitch, the better.
Japanese midfielders combine, and now it comes out to Fagino. Her ball across, well read by Millie Turner.
Yeah, good defending from United, but I feel like City are just wrapping it up now.
Here they come again, another delivery looking for Shaw. Letitia wins that battle. Put back in by Greenwood. Manchester United doing well to repel everything into their box as it stands, and then it's hit by Head. Off the crossbar, still alive here, Bunny Shaw. Behind it goes for the corner.
What a save. What a touch onto the crossbar by Tullis Joyce. I'm going to say that early because I honestly believe she got a touch to it. No, she didn't. Not even a fingernail. It's a great effort and it's good play from City. And I didn't think there was enough space in there for Lauren Hemp to turn and shoot. But there was a great effort from her.
In by Greenwood into a dangerous area, and the header finds its way in to the Manchester United net, and City are in front. Vivian Miedema with the goal. They started so explosively, Manchester City, and they've got their reward. They lead United by a goal to nil.
It's a great header, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And again, City with another set piece. And this player is just prolific. Bunny Shaw, what about Miedema? And it's so simple, isn't it? She just steps out from that 6-yard area. There's a couple of blocks in there for her. It's a great header though.
All the United players focusing on trying to keep Bunny Shaw in there. Well, Miedema also a lethal finisher.
And she celebrates. Great to see. Enjoy that goal.
A ninth WSL goal this season then for Miedema. 14th goal contribution as well. Her and Bunny Shaw are having a fantastic season for Manchester City, and that's a big reason why they're top of the table.
Absolutely. Everyone speaks about Bunny Shaw because she is such a great player, but what about Miedema? What about the struggle she's had over the last couple of seasons to find that form and the frustration of it? And this season she's been excellent, and as you said, she's been fit all season, which is a huge bonus. Bunny Shaw's been fit all season, massive, massive bonus. And we said it. I'd like to go back to that game and bring that back. If they can keep their players fit, they'll win the league, and that's exactly what's happening.
Trophy. The international signed in January. Solidify that midfield. Wonderful pass out to Shaw. This is beautiful football from Manchester City. Shaw spotted the space out there. Finds Fagino. Kasparai now went for the cutback. With Kasparai. Sinks it up. And again it's Miedemar, and again it's in the back of the net. Brilliant Manchester City move from back to front, and Miedemar at the double. Top of the table, Manchester City flying here at Old Trafford.
It's a beautiful goal. It's an absolutely brilliant worked goal. And it just looks so easy, but it's so nice to watch. That player, Fagino, coming in, allowing that space for Kasparai to overlap. It all worked really, really lovely. Tissier, she's trying to get in front of the ball. You can't leave your player like that. We spoke about who you pick up in the box. It's about the player, not the space. Again, it's poor from United defensively, but let's not take away from how City worked the goal. Brilliant.
Just 2 minutes and 25 seconds between those two Miedemar goals.
You can see this just stepping out. I don't think she should have done it, but if she does step out, it is up to Millie Turner to step in and make sure that player is marked.
Manchester United on the rope. Bunny Shaw in behind. Tissier trying to get back. Shaw looking for Fagino at the back post, now by Awujo. Kasparai. To get ugly for United here. Tissier, Les Shula. Can't hold it up. No touch. And the foul. Popping.
So much of Bunny Shaw pushing out into those wide areas, aren't we? She's doing all the work there. Thought she was going to, when she checked back, going to have a shot, but she's trying to bring players in, and that's a definite foul right there. Frustration than anything.
Well, ahead of this game, he spoke about how they need to be streetwise and have some resilience. They're going to have to show a lot of resilience now. 2 goals down.
I think it's about resilience with this team. I think it's about how they're set up, their shape out of possession. That's what you need to look at. I think it's very obvious in the Champions League as well.
The range will be allowed to go behind by Collis Joyce. Should be difficult to see those 2 goals going. Not much you can do about either, really.
No, absolutely not. See those action areas. Then wide area. That's fairly obvious, isn't it? You don't need good numbers to verify that.
Well defended by Rose. And aside from that, Simi Awujo off target strike. Recall any Manchester United chances yet, Emma?
No, they haven't had the ball, really. You can see shots for Manchester City 7-1, and that's Awujo one.
Shaw again. Space in the wide area. Tissier straight in, brings her down. She's struggling, Tissier. She struggled against Manila Harder midweek. She's struggling here against another world-class forward.
As every single defender does, but what's happening, yeah, definite foul. You can see she clips Bunny Shaw's foot there, but what's happening is Bunny Shaw, unlike her, is working down the channels and she's pulling the Tissier out, and it's somewhere that a centre-back does not want to have to go. They don't want to leave those central zones, but she's going with her, the Tissier, and she's following her, and the problem is, in 1v1 she's getting done.
By Greenwood. Behind the back post, but consequences of the Manchester United goal kick.
Yeah, it was, they were going to the back post there, but it's just a little bit too deep. Lauren Hem.
Good so far for Manchester City boss Andre Yegler. This is first ever visit to Old Trafford as a manager. Kasparov looking for Shaw. City misses it, but it's Shaw. Good stop. Back to Hem. Behind for a corner.
Well, you can just see Letitia there thanking her goalkeeper, and rightly so, because this ball is delivered and it's over Letitia's head. Can't happen. It just can't happen. Two centre backs. You cannot allow that ball, and then Bunny Shaw just taking a beautiful touch, and it's a good save from Tullis Joyce.
Anna and Letitia wandering a little bit. Ball, and again it's headed in. Rebecca Knack this time for Manchester City, although the flag is up.
Just off camera you could see Tullis Joyce with her arms up over to the assistant ref as if to say she's been fouled. And it's a set piece that they look very dangerous on. I'm sure we're going to get another look at this now. Gino, they're saying foul, but it doesn't look like a foul to me, to be quite honest. I think they're very, very lucky to get that United. Gino's backing into Tullis Joyce, but nothing that we haven't seen before. Tullis Joyce makes the decision to go, but it's a poor decision from Tullis Joyce, and that is why the goal went in, not because she was fouled.
Goal disallowed though. It's still United 0, City 2. Rebecca Knack played 3 games against Manchester United in the WSL. She scored in all 3 games. Get her customary goal there. Still plenty of time though. Park. Is it back to United high up? There's just too many blue shirts around her.
Too many blue shirts, but too many touches from Park. They know each other so well. And as soon as Park gets on the ball, there's 2 or 3 players around her because they know she's good at carrying the ball. They know she's the playmaker for United. She just needs to release the ball, at least until they back off a little bit.
Have only won 2 of their 12 BWSL meetings with Manchester City. These wins have come relatively recently. England's 4-2 win away from home last January. Wiedemar looks for Shaw on that occasion. City cleared. And Lundqvist with the free kick.
I think that's a really good example how City are finding their way out of that United press, and it is down that right hand side for City. And Mallard and Lundqvist are just a little bit late in the press. That's the problem when you're pressing high. If anybody's switched off or not doing their job correctly, the opposition will get out, and then you're in trouble. We've seen it too many times already in this game.
Today, Manchester United has conceded 6 headed goals, second worst in the division. 2 more so far this afternoon. That's a problem area, especially with Dominic Janssen not available. She's a player that's strong aerially. Kasparov comes forward.
Speak about set pieces and such a huge part of the game now, and the amount of blocking and tactical awareness for set pieces, it's just ramped up hugely, and you can see City are very good at blocking in those areas and creating those spaces that they want to create, but you have to deal with it. There's a lot of analysis that goes into it as well. a lot of movement in there, isn't there? And they're strong in the air. I don't think it's a foul. What do you think, Flo?
As a commentator, Emma Bell, I'm always completely unbiased.
I knew it. I could tell by your face you were going to sit on the fence.
We pay you for the opinion.
Well, I'm in the union, and I don't think it's a foul.
Elsewhere in the WSL, Liverpool have hung on to record their first away league win of the season, 3-2 against Everton. Alex Greenwood. Around the corner for Asagawa. She flicks it further off. Greenwood. What a delight. City are to watch at the moment when they're in full flow.
Delight for us to watch. It was a nightmare for United though.
Connie Shaw trying to find a little side pass for Kasparov. You're a manager, Emma Byrne, currently Lewis FC. In this situation, would you change as United manager?
Difficult, 2-0 down, because you want to go to the game, but I think now it's about just making sure that those gaps are closed, and if that means dropping off a little bit, it could be a counter-attacking style football that you catch them with, but trying to get in at half-time to then rearrange and settle down. You definitely don't want to concede before half-time, and that's the way it's looking, let's be honest. If you're looking at the rhythm of the game, City are on top. If they go to 3-0 down, then it's pretty much game over, isn't it?
Yeah, but in the reverse fixture this season, Manchester City won 3-0 back in November, and all the goals were in the first half, and as you say, United can really recover in the second period. 15 minutes to go then till half-time.
Problem for United is, what do? They don't have a rapid player that they can counter with. They try to play this player here, Jess Park, get her on the ball and then get their fullbacks forward. You can see on the far side though, they're screaming for the ball. Big switches could be the answer.
Riviere finds pass. More promising for United. By Riviere. Now by Kasparov. One by Miedemar. They are missing a lot of players, Manchester United, in fairness, but no Ella Tu, no Dominic Janssen, no Anna Sandberg, no Elizabeth Turland, no Ellen Vangenheim. Playing in Europe as well, that's something that City haven't had to contend with this season, although I'm sure they would have wanted to.
Yeah, it shows, it really shows. You're looking at City and how fresh they are, even though they've got a big squad that probably could utilise the players if they were in the Champions League, but they look like a team that are fresh, and that is a big difference, isn't it?
Here's Melvin Mallard, defending from Greenwood, though jumped out at the right time to nick it back.
Those are the moments that will give United a bit of hope. Mallard just coming in a little bit more central. If you want a player on the ball, it will be her driving forward. But again, just that touch just went away from her a little bit. Got to be very clever in the final third.
Earlier this week, WSL Football launched their brand new app, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL2 with front row seats. Download the app for free. Fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or on the Google Play Store. One back by Miyazawa. Mallard didn't have too many touches so far for United, again dispossessed.
Work of Gino down that side as well. That winger just dropped it back to help out. Certainly balanced out a little bit now, hasn't it, in terms of sway of the game, possession. United settle it down a little bit. They are a very direct team. Sometimes it's just about building the confidence up and getting the passing in. And you know, we haven't spoke about Miyazawa that much, have we? Haven't tried to play through the midfield. They're just giving away possession. Or City are happy enough now to just settle down. They're 2-0 up.
Mentioned the players missing for United through injury. They are also missing Julia Zigotti Olma through suspension. She's the first name from the team sheet in the centre of the park for United. Partnering Miyazawa in there.
There's a lot of players missing for United. You know, it's something that you have to remember. I think they've done really, really well this season. I think they've done well the last 2 seasons, to be honest, considering the players they lost, the huge, huge names they've lost over recent years. They've done well to replace and build. Of course, now they're missing 6-7 players, top class players. Very difficult. It's a long season.
City looked in again. Lauren Hemp puts it over to the right to Fagino. Asagawa lifted it towards the back post instead, and Palace choice claims. United Manta now counter-attack. They look to hold it instead.
Yeah, City are just very good at getting back also. Getting blue shirts behind the ball, which makes it difficult for the counter. And then of course, you've got players like Nelson, it's the one to make the run in behind. Ideally, you want a very, very quick player doing that.
Sure, they're not quite connecting with her teammates. She's signed in January from Bayern Munich, where she scored over 100 goals. She hasn't really found her feet yet under Mark Skinner.
No, she hasn't. It does take a minute to settle into this league. It's a very, very physical, fast league. She's not the type of player that's going to make those runs in behind. She's good at coming to feet. She's very good in the box, so she's good at coming to feet and then turning and getting into the box. She's a crossing finishing player, really. She also hasn't had a lot of game time either.
And not a lot of service so far this afternoon. Set by Park. Park again, and strong challenge from Nat. Penny Shaw is always lurking on the counter as well.
Counter offside. Just looking at United again from that. I think they're making the right decisions. They can see that Alex Greenwood jumps, that she vacates. So they are trying to exploit that space, and it is the right thing to do. It can act as well to come across, but those passes have to be perfect. And it was just pushed a little bit ahead of Jess Park.
Here is Park, who's made over 100 appearances for Manchester City. Her time there through the academy. Deal with great points in the summer. Left by Miedemar to set Bunny Shaw away. Still with Bunny Shaw for the space for the shot. The byline. Tissier delays. Lundqvist prevents the corner.
Good defending by Tissier this time. She's watching her very, very closely. She doesn't get sold on that bait. She makes a good interception.
To Manchester City captain Greenwood. Here's Lauren Hemp, who's one of the more quiet attackers for City so far. Versus life though. Here is Miedemar now. Hemp with the Dutch woman. Yeah. Missed his body forward for this. Miedemar into space, into the penalty area. for the strike at the near post and had Colours Joy scrambling.
I took the words out of my mouth there, Flo. They just have so many numbers up in attack. And you can see that they've got the spaces, they've got the players in the wide spaces and central spaces, making it very difficult for United to defend against. And you can see, my goodness, there you go, passes completed, 201 for Manchester City compared to 88. That does tell the whole story of the game at the moment.
Billy Turner. Malan was threatening to run in behind, but it looked like more was going to come. Manchester United do look a little reliant on Jess Park, don't they? Every time they're trying to get it to her.
Yeah, they're trying to get it to her and into that space where Jess Park is playing in that little pocket. And as I said, because you can see Alex Greenwood just stepping out a little bit, it just creates that space. But also, as I said before, the ball has to be perfect, and they're just not able to create that.
Gower. Manchester United trailing those two Miedemar headed goals. Which takes City's headed goals this season to 15. That's as many total goals as West Ham have scored. Close to double Leicester's total. How prolific they've been. 5 minutes to go till half time. Here's Rose. City in control. Casper. Intercepted by Schuler. In front of her though to wait for support. Miyazawa. The ball strikes the back of Schuler. She was looking to play in Lundqvist.
Again, right idea. You could really see the gap there for Lundqvist. Maybe needs to be played a little bit earlier by Miyazawa.
Billy Turner. One shot. That Simea Wujo one early in the game was well off target. None on target. Knocked in by Lundqvist, but he cleared up easily by Kasparai. Hasegawa sets Fujino away. Head up looking for who's in front of her, finds Shaw. Well dealt with by Letitia. She's grown into the game, Letitia, after being a little bit at fault perhaps for the early goal.
She has. The last 3 occasions she's dealt with Bunny Shaw very, very well. But like United are trying to find that space in behind Alex Greenwood, City are trying to find that space in behind Lundqvist, targeting those channels.
Half then in space. Schuler will make the run.
I see Jess Park putting her hands up there to Schuler to apologise. I don't know why she's not playing her. They're making the runs play the ball. Sometimes it's the runs that really make the pass. You've got to play them. You've got to get in behind City's defence, and it's something United haven't done so far enough of.
It's an awkward ball that will land for Lauren Head. Across for Bunny Shaw, who misses from a couple of yards out.
Beautiful ball from Lauren Head. I think it's Nelson who will be thanking her lucky stars for that. It's a great ball in by him. So close.
Still City come. The fourth break now would probably sink Manchester United. City fans urging them forward.
They look very comfortable, don't they? United can keep us at 2 going into the break. Doing well.
And it goes. Shaw controls, and with the strike, Kennedy plays it behind.
Something she does so well. Taking the ball down. Her players know that all they need to do is find her, and she will keep the ball, control it. A bit wayward for her, but here we can see the cross again from Hem. It's a lovely, beautiful ball. Just one step away from it. This is where Thomas Joyce would be expecting to come and get that there. Just still on the move as the ball's played. Very difficult.
Good break for Mallard, and Schuler, we can't bring it into step, not been her half, but it does come kindly for Tark.
Again though, Park's slowing it up again. That is the moment where you invade that space and just bringing the ball back and allowing City to get their shape again. We feel that will be Mark Skinner's message. Can we go forward quicker? Exploit them when they're out of shape.
That 1 minute of injury time, Riviere. The early cross. Fired far out of the box by Rebecca Knapp.
No pressure on Knapp there at all. United just didn't have the players there. Get a player across that front post, and then a bad ball can become a good ball.
Billy Turner. Now to Tramble. Out to Park. Norton. For one final Manchester United move. No, there isn't. They blow it. And they have bodies forward. Well, total football here at Old Trafford. But all the good football coming from Manchester City. Vivian Miedemar with 2-headed goals. Top first half display from the side sitting top of the table. They could have had more. Knapp with a disallowed goal as well. Shaw close and Hem hitting the bar. But at half time here it's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 2. second half. Emma Byrne.
Anything can happen, and I think if United can start how they finished the first half, but moving the ball a little bit quicker in the final third, don't be afraid to use those penetrating passes quicker, I think they could very much get one back, and then everyone's in it.
As things stand though, Manchester City are going 11 points clear at the top of the Barclays Women's Super League table. United coming into this with their nearest rivals, although Chelsea just behind them, and Arsenal, who will have 3 games in hand after this game is done. So Arsenal could get a little bit closer, but this would feel like a big, big step for City towards getting their hands on the WSL trophy for the first time in over 10 years.
Absolutely. And also, a derby just extra special, isn't it? For both teams, and I think United will be disappointed with their first half performance, and I'm sure they've spoken about their weaknesses against Bayern, against that shape, and where they can strengthen that and how they can do better. And I think defensively they've showed their weakness again here today.
I think quite straightforwardly, Andre Jegler ahead of this, when asked about his 11, he said it's the best team, and when asked about his approach to the game, it's to win it. And so far, they've been the best team and they're winning it.
The Danish, they don't mess about. You ask them a question, they'll answer it.
So, Miedemar, who scored 2 goals in the first half, gets us back underway then. Manchester City dominant in that first 45 minutes. They look to lengthen that gap they already have at the top of the BWSL table. Manchester United playing for a bit of pride here to get back in this game, but also playing to try and secure those places in the European spots. Arsenal and Chelsea below them would love just to plant them if they could.
Absolutely, that's a huge thing to play for, and it's really important for United, as you said, to try and get one back and try and get some points from today's game.
Comes the player, Schuler goes for the strike, the cross goal, the cross, either way it's behind for a goal kick.
It just lifts them up a little bit. Schuler going for the wrong option. You could see on that far side, Jess Park, and she looks up. She sees it, she's trying to get the far post player in there, but it's Jess Park that's lingering around the penalty spot. That was free, just a little pullback.
Just don't have too many options on the bench. They are without a few key players. Elizabeth Turland, one of them. I think they would very much like, Martin, they would very much like to bring her on because the side made a change at the break though, so it's the same 11 that started the first half. Yeah, looking at United's bench, 2 goalkeepers, Debbie George, defender, Rolfo, who's a brilliant option to bring on, went through a lengthy warm-up at half-time, and then 3 teenagers.
Yeah, United will try to use their fullback as their attacking mechanism. They push really high. Haven't seen much of it today, to be quite honest. They're trying to find Jess Park in those pockets. When they win it back in these situations, can they play forward quickly?
And free kick for United, the foul on Riviere, and Kirsty Dowell reaches for a yellow card for the first time this game for Rebecca Knapp, the foul.
Yeah, just as I was saying, trying to get their fullbacks forward. This is exactly what United want, and they're trying to isolate Knack in those areas as Alex Greenwood does try and jump up a little bit. So success in the first couple of minutes in this half.
Right start for Manchester United to start their second period. The ball goes in and it's claimed, then dropped by Yamashita, and really Turner on the turn, couldn't quite guide it goalward. Bit of a mess in the box from a City perspective.
It is, and again, just another little bump in confidence for United, and Yamashita just coming down on her own player. They can consider themselves lucky in this situation.
She's not the tallest of goalkeepers, Yamashita. She's excellent shot stopper. Won an award for the best goalkeeper at the Asian Cup recently. Started to the final for Japan.
She's also excellent with the ball at her feet, which I would say is probably her strongest attribute and probably what attracted City. So, yeah, it's very important for City to have a goalkeeper that can play the ball at her feet, as Kiara Keaton can do also.
Lauren Hemp might be in behind her. Heavy touch in front of her, dinks it across goal, out the back stick is Kirsten Kasperai. And Manchester City have a third. They were queuing up to poke this in at the back post, Kasperai with the finish. And United might have started this second half well, but they have been punished by the ruthless power of Manchester City going forward. 3-0 now, they trail.
Fullbacks, again, key in this game. It's a long ball. The centre half, good play. Just to push it out wide, and look at this run from Kasperai. She is not stopping, and she knows where that ball's going to end up. That's confidence for you. That's confidence that that ball is going to land exactly where we've talked about in training. Brilliant, brilliant team goal again. And they're celebrating. They're celebrating like they've won the league.
Looking very much like they will win the league. 11 points clear now, Manchester City. Very hard to see how anyone can stop them now. Manchester City through and through, isn't she, Kasperai? Having the badge. She's been very unselfish this season. Obviously a sixth chance in the WSL, but gets a goal there. Third of the campaign.
I feel like they've practiced that a few times. Lauren Hemp didn't even need to look up. She knows Kasperai is on that run. She's done that so well this season, and a player that's really come into her own, I think.
All times of the season, that United perspective. Rougeau was to win the corner.
Yeah, it was all about that next goal, wasn't it?
You mentioned it as well, that run from Kasperai so quick, but he'll be disappointed with Lundqvist. Keep pace with that.
Tired looking team, you know, they've had a bit of a heavy week, to be honest, but still expect that to be covered, and it ends up being Nelson that tries to come back and cover, and again she can't keep up. But when you look back at it, you'll see again centre half for me got to be aware of that back post space.
Letitia with the goal. Mallard is there, can't bring it down. Rougeau. Out for Letitia. Back into the mixer. To make first contact, and then Kasperai will race the ball first. Just trying to maintain the pressure. Lundqvist puts the ball in again. It's not dealt with well by Sheeter, and again she just not get away with that one as sure as foul.
It's definitely an area to exploit if you're playing against Manchester City. Have a look at this. That's twice now, and probably only the two times that the ball has gone into the box, to be honest, and definitely Yamashita doesn't look so comfortable with that.
Well, Mark Skinner's still enough, their on-come player shooters have been pretty ineffective all afternoon. She's replaced by Rolfo, so I suspect Mallard will go more central and Rolfo will play to the left.
That's not going to help Leah Sheeler and her confidence, is it? You're 3-0 down, and as a striker you're being taken off. But you're right, Mallard has gone central. Rolfo will be winger, probably your best position.
By Knapp. Lauren Hemp. Glass on for the second half. Tell you about the weather here in Manchester.
Just a bad circulation. The sun looks like it's shining to me.
Joyce. Goes up to accurate of half-time. Here is Rolfo. Line from Barcelona, Swedish international, world-class player. Mallard. Backed by Kagawa.
She does that so well, Kagawa. Just tidying up though in that little space just in front of her back line, and I'm sure no one would appreciate her more than those defenders. Not until you play with a player like that you can appreciate the work they do. All the dirty work in that midfield. So good at it.
Just taking back control of possession and the tempo of the game. These sides have only lost twice in the league, 4 today. For City, those losses came at the hands of Arsenal and Chelsea. Manchester United, they came once to City before and Villa recently. In terms of remaining fixtures, on Manchester United have Tottenham away next, Brighton at home, and then Chelsea away on the final day of the season. That might be a game to decide which one of those sides will be playing European football next season.
I have a feeling it will. What a game that'll be if that's the case. A huge spot, that third place. But let's be honest, Arsenal are going to win all their games, aren't they? Probably end up being second. So it is all about that third spot. And a huge reason for recruitment, or not to get the players they want. If you're not in the Champions League, very likely you're not going to get those top players.
Both Chelsea and United signed and Arsenal built a squad fit to compete in Europe and across multiple competitions, so missing out would be a blow for whoever that is.
It's huge. You know, you need a really big squad. And even when you've got a big squad, when you look at United, you have to feel a little bit sorry for Mark Skinner and the players that are missing for him. Galton, Dominique Janssen, Ziggy Olme, Herlin, Toon, Sandberg, Bizet. Like, it's huge. Definitely going to define how you play.
Talking of huge, there's a huge gap that you have at the top of the table. Turner's down here and needed a bit of attention, which is not good. She's been a player that struggled recently with health issues and injuries as well. It's been Martin Skinner's afternoon. It'll be tough for him to get his side back up and ready to go again on Wednesday away in Germany, trying to come back from 3-2 down in that first leg.
Absolutely. And you know, it is pretty devastating when you look at the fixtures and you see you've got your huge quarterfinals, and then in between that, Manchester City, no thank you. That's exactly what they can do. You're looking at brilliant set piece, meet him a goal, and then Kasparai, second, just a beautiful floated ball in, and it looks very easy, doesn't it? Just trying to iron out those problems, Manchester United, in that defence. Again, it's another cross and finish, this time from Kasparai. Very good at it. Maybe the gloves. Maybe the gloves are called for.
Especially these waterproof gloves out there. Look at Jagler.
Welcome.
Jagler, put your
welcome.
You're dry. The goals have been raining down on the track as well. Also Manchester City there as Mallard comes away with it. Ujo held up by Tagawa. Got space over on that far side, but Ujo goes for goal herself. Probably the wrong option, Emma.
Absolutely, wrong option. Jess Park is standing out there, the player that you want on the ball, the player that you've been trying to get on the ball in the whole of the first half. And it's actually now Sund, who's made a really nice run, just that tiny run, just drags in that City wide player and allows space for Jess Park. Not giving the ball. Again, just poor decision making.
Manchester United yet to have a shot on target this game. That is pretty damning to say stats. Half time they had 0.45 XG as well. Really struggled to test Yamashita, who has actually looked a little bit wobbly on a couple of occasions when the ball's been put into her penalty area.
She has, hasn't she? Certainly high balls with traffic in the box. She struggles a little bit.
Coffee and filter. Sagawa, she's a brilliant signing. Coffee, but the appearances already for the USA national side, signed in January for Portland Thorn.
Well, you know, finding a really good six from the women's game is gold dust. City have probably two of the best in the world in there. Being Sam Coffey's more like an 8 in this team. And Sagawa just rotate the whole time. You can see here now, Coffey's just in that deep roll. Sagawa just drops back in.
Cleared by Leticia. Tough afternoon so far. Blocks and clearances for United this season. A fair few of them in this afternoon, but the first half gone for Teasley's second one. She wouldn't want to watch back.
Very difficult working Bunny Shaw, and I think it caught United by surprise.
There are those injured players for United watching on Elatoon. Looking particularly happy. Why would she? Kind of losing and she's not playing. She's played for quite a while. They've really missed her actually. Elatoon, such a key player for them. Sure might have been offside there had it got through to the Jamaican forward.
You're just saying how United might have been caught on the hook at the top about Bunny Shaw, just drifting into wide spaces. See there again, just trying to find her that ball in the channel.
Give it up a little bit too easily in a dangerous area. In fact, by Miyazawa. Can't get out though when they do get it back.
Really good press from City again. Just having numbers higher up. It's difficult for United to find a space, but also she's looking a little bit lethargic. Ball movement slow.
Fans cheering every successful pass as Hasegawa gets the ball in. Lauren Hemp. Little back heel, Hasegawa now, and the reverse shot is behind. It would have been a beautiful goal.
What a goal that would have been. And you want Hasegawa to score as well. You're definitely egging that on. Great play though. Well kept, and Lauren Hemp just looking for an option, can't see it. Do you know what? I'll just back heel it and get a Meg in.
Sumptuous football from Manchester City. United looking a little ragged.
They do, they look tired and they look like they're out of answers, and certainly you don't want to see that from a team who's fighting for a Champions League spot. You expect a little bit more togetherness.
They have had a very good season. Manchester United getting to the quarterfinals of their first ever European campaign is a big achievement. They got to the final of the League Cup as well. You know, and they're not second, I think, Sam, but they've run out of steam a little bit today. Coming up against the side that looks the better quality. Mallard though drew on goal and a wild effort in the end.
Play though, you speak about United and being a little bit negative, but they have done really well this season, and I think they're doing even better now with Mallard in more central areas, because that just allows her to roam left and right, give her that little bit of freedom. And she's good at this. She's good at getting on the ball and driving in, not so far away.
Yeah, on a second look, wasn't actually that wild an effort. She's having a good season. Alvin Mallard, 9 goals in all competitions. Really cemented a place in the starting 11 under Mark Skinner, which hasn't always been the case. She joined from Lyon.
Yeah, she came in as a bench player, really. I think she's grown a lot as well this season. You know, she's getting minutes with the national team as well and doing really, really well for them.
Thomas Joyce snatches that away from Shaw and bolted out to the Tissier. Ball retention from United.
Good, and they're playing through their central areas. They're going into those central areas to go wide.
Taken away by Lutskvist though. Miedemar. That's herself. And usually they just put 3 sky blue shirts around her.
I expect Manchester City to start making some changes. A couple of players in there, like Miedemar, who maybe just need a bit of freshening up a little bit. 3-0 up, you'd kind of expect them to be comfortable now.
Pretty frightening players that they could bring on. Eric Fowler, Brazilian forward Carolyn. None people want to see coming on.
She'll be disappointed, but she's not starting today, Carolyn. She's been very, very good for them also.
Scored a hat-trick against Chelsea in that massive 5-1 win. I think if City do go on to win the league, I think that win over Chelsea, that 5-1 win, will be a moment they look back on as when they really got that first win to show that they are, you know, title potential.
Absolutely. I think they played really good football this season as well, which is nice. It's nice to see a good footballing team win the league and say they deserve it. I think Arsenal dropped a silly point this season and they'll be disappointed with that, but City have played some really good football. They've got a really good squad, good investment. Their facilities are incredible. Just bringing women's football onto that next level where it deserves to be.
Right, scored the third goal into Bunny Shaw. Nice control, trying to get the space for the shot, does so, blocked. Park's clearance comes straight back at her.
This is the time where Buddy Shaw goes, right, I've done a lot of work in the first half, I've assisted, I've helped you guys, now I'm just going to sit here, I want to score.
You would not bet against her. She is the leading goal scorer in the BWSL at the moment. 18 goals, she's averaging a goal a game at the moment. That goes to F. Lifted in. Here was a desperate clearance. Good strength by Wusho. Good pass as well into Jeff Park. Pass across, looking for a red player, couldn't find one, and will be collected and saved by Rolfo.
Yeah, not enough red shirts in there. It's one of the first times we've seen Jess Park making that run and the ball actually being delivered. Rougeau did well in that build.
She looks frustrated, doesn't she, Park, there?
Oh, she's looking up and she's not seen much movement.
She's again, Park. Back to Turner. Miyazawa. Forward ball to Arujo. A shake off the defender for the strike.
Again, look at Jade Riviera on that side, just waiting for the ball. Decision making in the final third, just play it out to her.
Arujo back to Park. Better from United, and Park with the strike that's blocked and then well dealt with by Yamashita just to get control of that situation. Probably the best passage of play from United we've seen all game there, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're getting numbers up. That's the big thing. Just trying to commit players, giving City a bit of a headache. Do they pick up in the wide areas of central? And United have actually gone more central. Rougeau, that's finding the space in there.
Evened up a little bit on the action areas. United bring on Layla Drury, 16 years old. Tells you a little bit about, one, her talent, but two, lack of options United have on the substitute bench.
Yeah, and I think it's really showing. I think they look tired, and rightly so. They had a huge game midweek.
It's Rolfo now against Kasparai. Cuts it back to Lunkovic, who just dwelt on the ball a little bit much, and then that is a wild effort from Miyazawa.
It is, but it should have been taken earlier. That's in the box. You do not have time to get that under control and take a touch. You've got to hit that.
For the change, sees Jade Riviere come off then for Layla Drury, who is a forward. So let's see how Manchester United shape up after that. I suspect Martin was probably thinking about the game at Bayern Munich. Riviere's not played too many minutes coming back from her injury. They don't want her to miss that one, and here comes Manchester City's change. Well, Miedemar coming off, her 2 goals, got the scoring underway. Both some brilliant headers.
Yeah, she's done well, hasn't she? That's what we like to see. Smiling and enjoying her goals. She's done really, really well. And then to be able to bring on a player of this quality, I mean, that is the difference, isn't it? She's absolutely been brilliant for City. 20 minutes remaining then. Shaw helps it on to Carolyn. Here is the Brazilian.
You have 3 of the 4 top goal scorers in the BWSL, Bunny Shaw, Miedemar and Carolyn, who's just come on. Break for Drury. Here is Mallard. Just assisting Mallard. Rougeau. Possessed by Carolyn, and then she fouls it.
Yeah, just again, frustration. I think Rougeau's done well, considering who she's up against. She needed to be physical today, and I think she's done that. I think, yes, she can look back on some of the decision making when she's attacking and on the ball, but her work rate and her physicality has been really good today.
Drury might have run to midfield and Rolfo might have slotted in at full-back. Lunkovic going over to right-back where Riviere was. Southampton United shape. Keep an eye on that. There's Park picks it up. Norton. More delivery.
And then she looked up to the sky, recognising that, you know, those moments, isn't it, that you have to be good, careful and look after the ball. Yeah, again, I think just a tired effort. Good break, good pass out by Jess Park, a good run into the box. Drury, but yeah, find the ball, not good enough.
Mallard trying to take it on the turn, but quickly snatched away from her by Coffey. Brilliant central defensive midfielder action there from her.
Yeah, just looks like they've gone 4-1-4-1. United with Drury coming on here this left side.
Kasparai wins it off the teenager. Sure won't keep it. United are going to be bringing on more teenagers. Park in space. With the company. Finds a Rougeau. Norton, and she's within a better delivery this time. Falls back instead. Lifted in by Letitia. Headed on by Mallard, but the header was a cushioned one straight into the goalkeeper's glove.
And that's just absolute typical Manchester United style. Pass back into Tissot for a deeper cross, and they do it really well. They're good at it. Just goes on to that stat about hitting the target.
First shot on target then for Manchester United in the 73rd minute. Caroline. Set by Shaw away. For a right back, for a manager that.
Yeah, natural right back, I would say. It'd be very difficult though with Riviera's fit. Yeah, absolutely brilliant player for United. She's so quick, really adds to the attack.
Brilliant ball in behind, set away the 16-year-old Drury. Park. Rolfo pushed away from goal with the direction of the pass. Park buzzing around, sticks it in, looking for Mallard, and well claimed by Yamashita.
Yeah, this time well claimed. But it is better from United. See there, Mallard not so far away, but it's good work on that left-hand side. Rolfo just adding that little bit, something different to their attack. And Jess Park, well, we know she can come up with some really amazing things, so I'm just waiting for her to take that step in and have a crack on goal.
Changes then for Manchester United, as we've already said, probably with an eye towards that buy-in game they have coming up Wednesday. Gabby George coming on for Millie Turner. And the other change is Jess Anderson come on. Appearance in Barclays Women's Super League for the teenager to play in the Champions League earlier this season against Atletico. And for her though, Miyazawa has herself through on goal, and strike claimed by her compatriot.
I think they're just straight swaps really. George comes in as his left centre back, as you can see there, and Rolfo stays in that left back position. To that right side of midfield where Nelson had finished.
Big tough for a young player to come on, isn't it? 3-0 down at Old Trafford against a rival.
Yep, best way to learn.
Good to Elizabeth. Unbeaten in 9 in the WSL for today. Their last loss in the league was against Manchester City. Looks like the next loss will be today against same position. He's now spotting the run of Park. Drury racing forward. Let it go to Melvin Mallard. Now to Drury. Straight into Sagawa, but plenty of enthusiasm there.
Yeah, and she's, you know, they'll try to do everything they can to impress, won't they? And it's always difficult when you're against these world-class defenders as well. Both of these wide players, so young, against top class defenders.
Taking a bit of a tumble, making sure she's on the field while she's down injured.
Just funny Shaw's feet got caught. He is late. Too happy.
In fairness, Bunny Shaw just tried to offer to help her up. Game for his side on Wednesday. All attention will turn to that the minute the whistle goes there.
Turn into that even before, wasn't it? So I think this game is not going to be for you today. I think the next one.
Rolf up. Waller trying to cut out by Rose. Nearly getting there ahead of Fagino. Caroline. Too much off when she's come on. That's the way the game has gone. That's a reflection of her individual performance.
You can definitely see City have taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, just allowing United to come back into the game, and United do look like a different team really, but I do think it's good City have just sat back a little bit.
Rolfo moves backward. So remember, WSL Football launched their brand new app earlier this week, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat. Download the app, fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Emma Byrne, very hard to see anyone stopping Manchester City now. Their remaining 3 fixtures after today: Brighton away, Liverpool at home, West Ham away.
Yeah, I mean they're playing like a team that are winning the league. That sounds anyway normal, but they have the confidence. Goalkeeper's got the confidence, and they look like a title-winning team. And I know sometimes that's a silly thing to say, but it's not. It's like an unstoppable team, and they've got the momentum, they've got the rhythm, and they look unstoppable. And I think that's what the celebrations were today. I think they realised this is the game that we were targeting. If we get 3 points there, then it's pretty much a home run for us. Not that they'll ever say that, but they certainly celebrate the goals like it.
First season in charge of Manchester City, and he might just be guiding them to first title in over a decade. Something Gareth Taylor could manage for all his years at Man City. Caroline. To him. And his sky blue shirt waiting the cross, and behind it goes for a corner.
Will it be the 10 years since the title has left London?
I believe it will be. I believe it will be with Chelsea and Arsenal, the only sides in that period to have won it.
I'm going to back you up on that. I apologise for throwing it back to you.
City looking for a fourth step. So threatening from set pieces as it comes in. It's helped back into the fray by the City 8. Shaw then with the strike in behind for another City corner.
Well, it's poorly dealt with. That front player has got to clear that ball. see, they're driving it into those front post zones. I think here is better than that. Just give City another bite at the cherry.
In by Greenwood. Good clearance there from Letitia, but again another corner to defend.
It's good defending this time by Letitia. Really difficult area in that front post, difficult for the goalkeeper. And if they can draw that player out, it's difficult for everyone. So Letitia does really well there.
Again, in it comes. Then United make first contact. Dry recycle. Gets onto the through ball. Defensive work for it from Mallard though. Just Mark is trying to get in behind here, but the distance between Yamashita and the final City defender perfectly positioned.
That's what she does well. This is why she's at City. She's so good with ball. Her feet, she can effectively be a centre back. That's exactly where her position was there. Just making sure that there's no threat in behind. City do that really well. In this case, Tasigawa just pulling out, but Coffey has done it today as well, just drawing out to the wide areas, just overloading them. It's really difficult for United to pick up that player.
Offside flag up against City, and more changes incoming then. Mary Fowler comes on to replace Lauren Hemp. She was away at the Asian Cup as well, though unlike most of her Japanese teammates, she was representing Australia, so instead of the side that lost in the final, she played plenty of minutes in that competition. Just staying back from an ACL injury she picked up last April, so she will be careful with the minutes she's allowed to play.
Well, yeah, coming on the 85th, I think, just to get her back in the sky blue shirt. See the fans are very happy about it. Great to see her back. Quick recovery really, when you think about it, back into full fitness.
Roll post. Gabby George. Really well. Do get out. Look at the pace that Leila Drury has there. She was stripping quite a few of those players.
United did really well to get out of that press. And Kanat just showed her experience. It's a great tackle from her because certainly not slow, are they? United with Mallard and Drury.
It's an asset that will be very useful for Drury, the young player. Mallard. Letitia. Far in front of Anderson.
Pointed ball. More so than Smith herself, too much on it. She's been excellent, hasn't she? Right. Talk about how the fullbacks can support, add to the attack, score goals. She's great. She's one of the best at this. But in general, just making that space, eating up the ground. I always look at out of possession, quite defensive. And she just covers the ground so quickly. Fantastic player to have in that press.
Gabby George managing Shaw well there. battle over Manchester rivals, 3-0 at home and 3-0 away. A resounding victories both occasions. Happy reading for the red side of Manchester as Shaw trips the city.
No apology needed. Well, just look at Bunny Shaw and her willingness to go and win this ball. It is a foul, but 88 minutes tracking back, making those tackles.
Cleared by Knack. Rolfo. Back from Arujo. That's a role to play Arujo. His third start in WSL this season. Number 10 position in the field.
Yeah. And more for a defensive role, to be quite honest. United very aware Sam Coffey and has to go getting on the ball in those number 6 areas, control the game, and Arujo would have been in there to break that up.
Really have to claim balls into her box, make one save from a header. All she's really had to do. Here's Bunny Shaw. Kasparai racing to come forward. She's got options left and right. Shaw feeds it into Mary Fowler, but had a little bit wide. Still alive there. Lifted in. And cleared only so far as Bunny Shaw, who fires it goalwards and just a fraction wide.
Desperate to score, isn't she? And originally the ball out to Fowler, just too much on it. Fowler does well to check back, and it ends up falling again to Bunny Shaw. Just dragged it wide, but again very, very close.
Not on the score sheet this afternoon, Bunny Shaw. That's the rarest occurrence for her this season.
She deserves a goal, doesn't she? First half, just work rate, incredible. Pulling players out into those wide areas, just creating so many chances for her teammates.
Attendance just announced, 24,983 here in Old Trafford, this Manchester derby. Portions of that crowd will love what they've seen, the other portions. Good. Keep it in. That's right away from that. Rolfo. Trying to find a consolation goal. Looks it. But fantastic. She lifted in looking for Drury, but Kasparai is just enough. I think Drury's done really well. Definitely a promising player for United. She's quick. She makes clever runs. Good on the ball. Definitely a highlight for United. Trying to get them minutes, those young players. In a game like this, precious. Dominant display then. City, far more shots on goal overall and on target. United just that much shots on target all game.
I think that's what they'll be most disappointed about. Not the possession, doesn't really matter, does it? The goals. And I think they were hesitant to play forward a lot of the time when they could have liked to know their game plan, because against a team like City, really do try and catch them when they're out of shape. I'm not saying counter, but got to move the ball quickly. Just haven't done that in the final third.
Good for Drury to win the cricket. She's arrived coming on.
She has. She's been lively, definitely. With a lot of potential. You can tell that just how she moves. She's a powerful player.
Little flick on to Wujo. Park, but able to influence the game as she'd have liked. Throw the there though. To Anderson. Another shot on target then for Manchester United, but rather tame.
On target though. And Park in those central areas, when she's allowed roam is when she plays at her best.
Forward here is Bonnie Shaw in behind George. Goes shoulder to shoulder with the defender and will be collected by Tullis Joyce. George recovering just in time.
It looks like a foul to me. I think Bonnie Shaw's got the ball under control and she landed a little bit awkwardly there, but seems like nothing to worry about as play goes on.
Cleared by Knack. Cleared by Fowler. And there is the full-time whistle then here at Old Trafford. Manchester City's relentless march towards the title continues. They've dispatched of their rivals with real style today, and in all honesty, relative ease as well. Kirsten Kasperai with a goal in the second half after 2 goals from Vivian Miedemar in the first half in 2 minutes, both of them headers. Manchester United just didn't have the ability to react, just a couple of shots on target for Manchester United here at Old Trafford. A dominant display then from City as they go 11 points clear, full time, Manchester United 0, Manchester City 3.
Thank